Give a damn about a hater when I feel like it. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please, I'm tryna get paid. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please, I'm tryna get paid.
I've been broke for 27 years, I ain't going for 28. Been seeing you niggas flexing and finessing the shit. You know I ain't never ate. Been seeing you shining, all that designer. You ain't get your little bro plate. That's how I know you fake, bitch. That's how I know you fake. Get it straight.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Game Day with Trey. Of course, this is your homeboy Trey. That's my co-host and homeboy Face.
What up, world?
And tonight, we are coming to you guys to talk about the Chicago Bears versus the Washington Commanders. Now, we've all seen what's been going on out here with these two teams, okay? When you're talking about the Chicago Bears, you're talking about a team that's 0-4 overall, 0-3-1 against the spread. All their games then went to the sun. All right. Justin Fields don't know who he is. Matt Eberflus don't know what he want to do on defense. They can't generate sacks. They literally have 2 sacks on the season, I think. It's either 2. Yeah, it's 2 sacks. They got 2 sacks on the season. You know what I mean? Versus a team like the Commanders that was just purchased by one Magic Johnson and his ownership group. Okay, possibly gonna do a name change soon. They did a decent job drafting Sam Howell 2 years ago. They've nurtured him into something pretty decent, pairing him up with Eric Bieniemy as his offensive coordinator. Right now, Washington's 2-2 overall, but they be fighting on every game. 2-2 against the spread. 0-1 situationally. Over under, 2 over, 2 under. You know, so it's a mixed bag when you're dealing with Washington. We'll get a little bit further and deeper into the stats on this, man. But right now, the line instead of Chicago plus 5.5, and the over/under is 44.5. So, Face, what are you feeling right now about what's going on in Chicago, first and foremost? And then, do you think Sam Howell's real?
I'm gonna say this. I don't even know why we discussing this game, but
it's Thursday night game, man. You gotta discuss a Thursday night game.
Oh, okay. Now I understand.
Yeah, it's a Thursday night, prime time.
The Chicago Bears been like the bad news Bears. It's like, God damn. It's like the Chicago. I don't even know what to say about that team. The Chicago Bears and the New York Giants is like the same. It's like they're playing.
They're on the same trajectory.
NFL.
They're on the same trajectory.
They playing college football in the NFL.
Hold up now.
Like,
and the thing about Chicago is they could have really drafted a quarterback this draft, but they chose not to and traded back. And they didn't draft Jalen Carter either. All right. Still kind of like, I'm not understanding that. All right. And then they ended up getting a lineman, Skoronski, I think. No, they skipped over Skoronski from Northwestern. They didn't draft him either. So all the 3 things they needed, they didn't handle for real in the draft. Even though we all, well, not we. I'm sorry. You know how I feel about Justin Fields. And then you look at the Giants.
Giants got sacked under 11 times in one game. And they said they spent their last 4 or 5 first-round picks on offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Where the hell they at?
That's what I'm saying.
You think so? They picked 4 years of first-round picks as for linemen, and they couldn't protect this man at all. Every time he snapped the ball and take a 2-3 step drop, the defense right there.
Yeah,
man, I felt sorry for Daniel Jones, man. That man.
I didn't feel sorry for Daniel Jones. I didn't feel sorry. That offensive line might not be good. That offensive line might be trash, but he's not too much better than them. Okay, like you can make some reads. All right, there was wide open wide receivers he wasn't hitting. All right, and I know we are completely off topic of what we're supposed to be talking about right now, but there was wide receivers that Dan Jones supposed to be hitting. Wide open. Wide open. Peyton Manning and them called it out.
Well, listen, when you talk about the New York Giants and the Chicago Bears, you just got to make conversation because they ain't got nothing to talk about. I'm just saying,
man.
They haven't done anything this season for us to really be talking about them, except for they got the Thursday night game where they the lone people playing. They got to stay into themselves. Other than that,
hold on, this back to back. This is 2 years in a row that these two teams have played each other on Thursday night. Yeah.
They need to play this
last
game.
year.
They need to play this game on Tuesday night. This is a Tuesday night matchup where they nothing else to do. Thursday too close to the weekend. You don't play the weekend up.
Last year was a rock fight. It was Washington in the under 12-7. You know what I mean? Rock fight.
I like watching this fight. If I had to choose out of the Chicago Bears or Washington, I'd say Washington.
Money line. Because they're giving up. I remember Washington giving up 5.5. Some places 6. You know what I mean? And then hold on now. Let me give you some stats. Let me give you why that you would lean in the direction you're leaning, right? So if Chicago scores 18.8 points per game, which is ranked 22nd in the NFL, and the Commanders only score 22.3 points per game, which is ranked 17th in the NFL, that's roughly like a 5-point swing, right? Then on top of that, you got the Commanders are at home. Now, it's not much of an improvement for either one of the teams because remember they played each other last year, and last year Chicago averaged 18.3 points. So they're averaging just a tick higher than what they were averaging last year. And the Commanders, they averaged 23 points. So they averaged a tick higher last year than what they're averaging right now. The score was 12-7 last year, you guys. Okay. Like, if you're talking about a team that's giving up 34.3 points per game when you're talking about the Chicago Bears and versus a team that gives up 30 points per game, all right, these teams it's not like they played like some slugs, but it's not like they played the best teams either. All right, Chicago lost to Denver last week, slug, and week 3 they lost to Kansas City in Kansas City. Understood. The Bucks, of course, beat the brakes off of them. Green Bay came in their house and whooped them. Like, you're giving up 34.3 points per game when you're talking about really just the Bucks, Green Bay, and the Denver game and Kansas City game. 34 points per game, brother. Now, when you're looking over at the other side, Washington's only giving up 22. Yeah, they're giving up 30 points per game, but they played Philly, they played Buffalo, they played the same team, Denver, which they beat them by 2 points and didn't lose to them, and they went out to Denver to do that. You know, that's a common opponent. And they played Arizona, who's been biting, surprisingly. Like, I mean, it's not much of a numbers game. Both these quarterbacks throwing interceptions. Both of them got 5 interceptions on the season. Sam Howell got 961 yards. His completion percentage is 67.1. Justin Fields only got 861 yards. But the thing about Justin Fields is, remember, over the offseason, who did he say he was going to be, Face? Who did he say he was? You don't remember when he said he was a top 5 running quarterback of all time?
Well, I told you how I felt about that when he said it.
Exactly. So if you that, then tell me how on God's green earth you only got 134 rushing yards on the season. Like, make that make sense. He been throwing the ball to DJ Moore. That was a good acquisition. He got 301 yards on the season. I think he had like 2 touchdowns. But at the end of the day, where's everybody else? Cole Kmetchin, that's best wide receiver or most receptions. The offense is struggling over there in Chicago. The defense is struggling over there in Chicago. They only got 2 sacks on the season. And you going up against a team who's got 13. Now, Washington has given up the most sacks in the NFL prior to the game on Monday night. I'm not sure if they're still number 1, but Sam Howell been sacked 24 times. I think 5.5 points is a lot of points, but when you playing
I wouldn't give up the point. I'm
not. That's what I'm saying. I think 5.5 points is a lot of points, but when you're giving up that type of money, I'm not even gonna mess with that. I mean, it's a money line game, and the under. I love the under, money line and the under. Yeah. Both of these teams, they give up a lot of points. You're right. It's been known for them both to give up a lot of points. But I'm not seeing Chicago get off like they did against Denver. Just not. Denver's defense is basura right now. Basura. Trash. They deserve to be in the dumpster. So, money line, Washington, and the under, you guys. That's all I got for you, man. I'm going to holler at y'all. Like, subscribe, hit us up. Peace.